There's something about an American superbike that just hits different. Maybe it's the attitude, maybe it's the sound, or maybe it's the fact that it's built not just to compete, but to stand alone. The Buell Hammerhead 1190 Freedom Edition doesn't just belong on the street, it owns it. This is the kind of machine that makes you believe in the power of two wheels and an open road. Today, on USA Superbike, we're diving deep into what makes this motorcycle so bold, so aggressive, and so unmistakably American. At the heart of the Hammerhead is a liquid-cooled 72-degree V-twin engine that displaces 1,190 cc and churns out a staggering 185 horsepower with 102 pound-feet of torque. This isn't a smooth, polite engine, it's raw, mechanical, and visceral. The power delivery is immediate, especially above 4,000 RPM, where it really wakes up and starts to pull like a freight train. Twist the throttle and it feels like you've unleashed something barely contained. Every twist of the wrist reminds you that this isn't a bike for beginners. This is for riders who want to feel something wild. The design of the Freedom Edition is where the emotion really kicks in. This isn't just a regular Hammerhead with a different paint job. It's a tribute. The American flag-themed graphics are bold without being tacky, patriotism done with purpose. You see it in the lines of the bodywork, in the angles of the fairings, in the red, white, and blue treatment that somehow makes the bike look even faster standing still. It's not subtle, and it's not trying to be. The look says everything you need to know. This is American muscle on two wheels. Buell's engineering shines in areas you don't immediately see. The aluminum frame that also functions as the fuel tank is a perfect example of their design philosophy: efficiency, innovation, and weight savings. It keeps the center of gravity low and handling razor sharp. The swing arm doubles as the oil reservoir. The perimeter-mounted front brake, a signature Buell move, offers ridiculous stopping power with reduced unsprung weight. It looks different because it is different. And that's the point. Hop on the Hammerhead, and it immediately feels like a machine built around the rider. The seating position is aggressive but manageable, with clip-ons that give you enough leverage for tight corners without compromising comfort too much on longer rides. The foot pegs are high enough for sporty lean angles but not cramped. Every detail is tuned for the rider who wants to push boundaries, whether that's carving canyons or ripping track days. Firing it up is an experience in itself. The engine cranks over with authority and settles into a rumbling idle that's anything but quiet. There's a constant reminder under you that this bike is alive, and it wants to move. It vibrates, it growls, and when you rev it, it doesn't scream like an inline-4, it snarls like a beast. On the road, the throttle response is direct and crisp. There's no fluff, no electronic intervention softening the blow unless you dial it in. It's analog in the best way. The 6-speed transmission is smooth but firm, giving positive feedback on each shift. You feel the engagement. The clutch is responsive, not overly heavy, and the fueling is sharp with just the right amount of engine braking. You can ride this bike aggressively and it rewards you with feedback and confidence. The fully adjustable suspension lets you fine-tune your setup, whether you're hitting your favorite back roads or going full send on the track. Where the Hammerhead really stands out is in the corners. Despite its brutal straight-line power, this is not just a point-and-shoot machine. The chassis is stiff, the suspension is dialed, and the geometry is sharp. It loves to lean in and feels planted. The whole way through the turn. You're not wrestling with it, you're working with it. That kind of balance is rare in bikes with this much power. Most machines at this level demand compromises, but the Hammerhead feels like it was built to carve as much as it was built to fly. And then there's the freedom aspect. Buell isn't a massive global corporation churning out mass-market models. They're a tight, determined group in Grand Rapids, Michigan, building performance machines by hand with pride. The Freedom Edition is a tribute not just to the flag, but to the spirit of building something powerful, different, and homegrown. It stands in contrast to the cookie-cutter approach you see from many manufacturers. Every nut and bolt on this bike feels intentional. Every angle says, "This is ours." Riding the Hammerhead Freedom Edition is like being strapped to a jet with handlebars. It's exhilarating, yes, but it's also deeply engaging. It demands attention. It rewards focus. And it punishes hesitation. It's not built for everyone, and it's not trying to be. That's part of what makes it so special. It brings back that feeling of unfiltered connection between man, machine, and the road. If you're into numbers, sure, 185 horsepower, 102 pound-feet of torque, a dry weight under 450 pounds. But this bike is more than specs. It's a feeling, a statement. When you're riding it, heads turn. When you're parked, people stop and ask questions. When you walk away, you look back. Not because you're unsure, but because you're in awe that something like this exists, and you're lucky enough to own it, or ride it, even once. In a world of increasingly sanitized performance bikes, the Buell Hammerhead 1190 Freedom Edition is a breath of fresh air, and a punch in the chest. It's a reminder that motorcycles aren't just about getting from point A to point B. They're about feeling alive between those points. And if you're the kind of rider who wants to feel every heartbeat, every vibration, every ounce of power, you might just be looking at your next ride. Thanks for watching USA Superbike. Make sure to like, subscribe, and let us know in the comments what you think of the Buell Hammerhead 1190 Freedom Edition. Is it the ultimate American superbike? Would you ride it? Or is it too wild for your taste? Either way, this bike doesn't care. It's here, it's loud, it's proud, and it's ready to roll.